What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we have the weekly reset for Destiny 2. This should be an interesting week, I guess, because while it is relatively quiet in-game compared to the weeks where we had the event stuff, I'm curious to see if Bungie will continue to respond to any of the feedback, especially following last week's tweet, so keep it locked and loaded here for all the juicy news updates. But in relation to reset, in this video, we'll cover the patch changes from today, as well as any relevant portal boosts and new content, as well as things like the vendor rotations. So we'll take a look at Eververse and a few other things as we head into the reset. So if you guys enjoy this one, do us a massive favor and hit subscribe. Around half of the viewers on the channel have not yet done that, so if you feel like making my day, please feel free to hit the button down below. But otherwise, let's get into it. Firstly, we should say, this will be a relatively chill reset, I suppose. We'll touch on portal stuff in just a moment, as well as the patch changes, but keep in mind, Bungie have said it's time to wrap up seasonal challenges before September 9th, as they're going to be reset, so I believe that also means we probably can't save them for the upcoming reward pass. Otherwise, as far as I know, folks looking to reach Guardian rank 8 this week should no longer be locked out by the missing famine modifier, so that'll be nice. And otherwise, Trials will be back on the weekend with the current featured rotation of rewards. So we basically continue off from where we were over the last weekend. Next up for today, we have update 9008, of course paving the way slowly but surely for, or towards Ashen Iron, should I say. Firstly, they fixed an issue sometimes leading to urchin errors when launching the Kepler weekly missions, so hopefully that'll be less of a problem for players now. In the Crucible though, they fixed an issue where a character who completed a lighthouse passage would not receive rewards from the lighthouse chest if an alternate character tried to claim rewards first without having a passage in their inventory. So, bit convoluted. Access to the lighthouse and rewards from the chest are now granted across accounts, so they're account scoped rewards, and if one character completes a lighthouse passage, another character can purchase a separate lighthouse passage at Sane and go to the lighthouse to open the chest in place of the first character, which I guess is nice. Otherwise, once a character goes to the lighthouse, access will reset for all characters until the player completes another passage with 7 wins on any character. So, a bit confusing, I suppose, but basically, you can go flawless and then go to the lighthouse on your chosen character, which is cool. For the portal, they've increased the match-made fireteam ops time limits across the board. So, for Expert, they're increased by 25%, Master is 50%, and Grandmaster is 75%. So, that is actually reasonably significant right there. Give me your thoughts about it. Should make some of those fireteam ops a bit more enjoyable and, well, completable too, which is good. Otherwise, they fixed an issue in the Desert Perpetual where players who wait for the boss to automatically align could read which accelerator to avoid charging, so less of the ever so slight cheesiness. Otherwise, on Hunters, they fixed an issue where Liar's Handshake and Spirit of the Liar could cause an unpowered melee, grapple melee, or combination blow melee to deal increased damage to other players on a hit that activates the perk. So this change also fixed an issue where Liar's Handshake and Spirit of the Liar would cause grapple melee to deal increased damage in some situations. That's an interesting one. Otherwise, for abilities, they fixed a problem where Ward of Dawn and Well of Radiance were taking too much damage from bosses, so they are now less likely to be destroyed, which is nice. On gameplay modifiers though, they made adjustments to the Volatile Shields modifier to reduce the frequency of visually disorienting effects, so they've increased the cooldown on Unshielded debuff from 5 to 10 seconds, and players now must fully heal before they can get the Unshielded debuff again. But for general changes, they fixed visual issues with the Bushido vest on Hunters, otherwise an issue where the Obsidian Durasteel mark caused unintentional visual errors when worn on a female body type, otherwise an issue where Synth Cord wasn't going to the Postmaster if claimed while already holding the maximum amount, and an issue where event reroll chips could be wasted in the seasonal challenges menu, and these daily challenges cannot be re-rolled, so it's no longer possible to use a reroll chip in that menu. That's nice ahead of Heavy Metal next week. Otherwise, an issue where the Hoplite Ghost Shell could unintentionally cause its default visuals to appear unfinished. So there we go, that's the update. Certainly pleased with the timer changes, I think that sounds good. The Crucible update for Trials sounds alright as well. Otherwise though, of course, we weren't really anticipating big power changes or anything kind of sweeping or major in this patch, but we will wait for Bungie's communications on Thursday, which hopefully will be good. And now heading into the game, firstly a pop-up for an Eververse update with new universal armor ornaments added to the store. Maybe we'll take a look at that in just a moment. For a very quick look at Portal-related things, Bungie actually shared on social media. We've got Caldera for today, by the way, but they said your favorite bonus focus has arrived. So this week, we earn an additional drop from bonus focus activities in the Portal. I'm guessing that will be non-powerful gear, basically a fourth bonus drop on Caldera, as we can see it on my screen, for instance. So a little bit of a Portal boost right there. If it turns out to be bonkers and absolutely busted, I will, of course, keep you posted. Here are the Fireteam ops with those newly adjusted timers. Let's take a look at Pinnacle just in case anything crazy has come up. No Mint retrograde today, so let me know if you'll be diving into any specific things in the Portal this week. But to the Eververse store, there it is, the new Universal Ornament set available this week. Of course, for the Titan, it is the Gladius Titan set, which is certainly very interesting looking indeed, kind of like those shoulder pieces for sure. There's even a face on the back, which is interesting. Let me know if you're interested in any of those. But for Bright Dust stuff, we have the Night Out Dance legendary emote available for 1250 Bright Dust, of course a multiplayer emote, which is cool. We do have the helmets from the Nightly Noir set this week, up for 1200 Bright Dust if you've been collecting those. Otherwise, the Almost Mighty Shell is available for 2850 Bright Dust, an almighty made out of rulers and tape, which is intriguing. There is the Swirling Leaf entrance transmat effect for 450 Bright Dust as well. And then we have the Smudge or Smudge Pot Bruise shader, which is curious. As always, these are 300 Bright Dust, that one from back in the 30th anniversary. And otherwise, on the front page, there is the Tide Smoke shader available this week as well. To the main Bright Dust section, though, we have the Yeehaw exotic emote available for 3,250 right there. That is a new one for Reclamation. Had to do a double take on that. Actually, kind of a cool one. We also have chest pieces from the Stasis sets for 1200 Bright Dust. And then we've got the Conditional Shell, of course, the Conditional Finality themed items. This is actually a pretty cool looking thing, I believe, for 2850 Bright Dust. There is also the Sound Speed Skipper, a very intriguing exotic ship right there, if you fancy raving your way back to orbit. And then we have the Face of the Lion exotic sparrow for 2500 Bright Dust, the sort of neon fighting lion themed things. I remember saying these would come up for Bright Dust at some point in the episode or season. We have the Heavy Duty ornament as well for Polaris Lance this week for 1250 Bright Dust, which is pretty cool from back in Heresy right there. So a few things actually in the Eververse store, a relatively good week. There is the Gourmet projection as well, new for Reclamation. But for the second page of shaders, Deep Sea Jaunt from back in the day is available this week. Once again, all of these are 300 Bright Dust. There is also the Jungle Viper available, as well as Amethyst Bloom, if you're feeling very sort of pink and purple. Finally, though, we have the Seven Sisters shader available this week as well. So let us know if you'll grab those. But we finish with Reef Shimmer, as well as Harpy's Cry, and the Shadow Legion entrance transmat effects available this week. So let me know in the comment section if you'll be grabbing anything from the store. For today though, guys, that is what we have to round up in the video. So if you found this one helpful, a rating really does help me out on the channel. As always, give us your thoughts on the patch changes, any other things going on in the game this week, and the updates from Bungie down in the comment section. Plus, if you've enjoyed the video, a rating really does help me out as well. But otherwise, keep it locked and loaded so I can keep you up to date with the news. And for now, I appreciate you tuning in and hope you guys have an awesome day.